A Canadian-based professor of education, Benedetta Egbo, yesterday joined the presidential contest as she picked the expression of interest and nomination forms of National Rescue Movement (NRM) in Abuja. If you guys remember a while ago, I told you that this coming election we are going to have a lot of people in the diaspora come back to Nigeria and contest for different positions, and we're already seeing that happen right now. Before we go ahead to the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Your subscribe button, we really need it. Thank you for those of you that have subscribed already. Don't forget to also click the like button, click the notification button as well, in order to get notified whenever we post. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the details of today's news. A Canadian-based professor of education, Benedetta Egbo, yesterday joined the presidential contest as she picked the expression of interest and nomination forms of National Rescue Movement (NRM) in Abuja. The erudite professor and author of many books was accompanied to the NRM secretariat by her husband, speaking after being presented with the forms by the national chairman of NRM, Ambassador Isaac Ude, represented by the party's deputy national chairman, North Abubakar Jekamchi. Professor Egbo said she was not in the race to make up the numbers, but rather to give a ruling All Progressive Congress, that is APC, and the main opposition People's Democratic Party PDP a run for their money. She opined that her aspiration was grounded in hope and restoration, saying that Nigerians, which she described as too beautiful, is at a crossroads and that the situation does not require complacency. According, I am running as a proud and patriotic Nigerian. You can take me out of Nigeria, but you can't take Nigeria out of me. The issue of Nigeria keeps me awake at night. I will give others, PDP and APC, a run for their money. If I am so honored to be the president of this country, I have 5-point agenda. Professor Egbo said one of our cardinal agendas will be economic growth, recovery and development. She also promised to tackle the issue of unemployment, which said is presently at an alarming rate in the country. The presidential aspirant noted with regret that Nigerians run their businesses with generators, and Nigeria now a generator economy relying on generators. She said if elected as president, she would address the issue of poverty and introduce robust welfare package for the citizenry. I will reconstitute the labor sector. I will look into the problem of wages. Why should a worker work so long and be given 30,000 naira? She queried. She also promised to strengthen the rule of law and security of the country and to leverage on the strength of the armed forces for security and also deploy technology. Speaking earlier, the Deputy National Chairman of NRM, Sylvester, described Nigeria as a sinking ship that required rescue, adding that Professor Egbo has all it takes to restore the nation's past glory. I hope that we see other people from diaspora also come back to Nigeria to contest for the presidency, the president's position, because I have this firm belief that we do not need a school start order. We do not need a primary six holder, as the constitution says. I wonder who sat down and wrote that constitution that all you need to become a president is a school sat. I strongly believe that it is high time that we have someone that is actually educated. I don't mean someone that forged certificates now. I mean someone that is actually educated lead Nigeria, because at this stage we're in dire need of a good leader. At this stage I think Nigeria is desperate for help right now. As everyone has been saying, Nigeria is a sinking ship, because if you take a look at the rate of inflation since Buhari got there, it is so alarming. It is so alarming that I don't know. A lot of Nigerians right now, I don't even know how they cope, because even those that are working are still complaining. Those that have a job, those that have a 9 to 5 job, those that have their own businesses, they are still complaining. I wonder how those who only earn about maybe 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira a day, I wonder how they are coping. I wonder how, because if you go to the market today and buy something of 100 naira, trust me, next time when you're going back to the market, you cannot buy that same thing for 100 naira. You're going to buy it for 200 naira. That is the rate at which the inflation in Nigeria is going. When Jonathan, I'm not trying to compare now, because if you ask me, all these are leaders, all of them, they are just the same thing. I have not seen anyone that is different. But when Jonathan was in government, the exchange rate was 150 naira, and people were still shouting, people were still complaining that the exchange rate is much. Ask me how much, pardon me, I have sore throat. Ask me how much the exchange rate is right now. The exchange rate is 540 naira or less, sometimes higher, sometimes less. You can imagine that. You can imagine the implication of that on Nigerians. There are lots of Nigerians, even, and the fact that with the inflation rate, governments still don't see the need to apply minimum wage. Governments still don't, especially state government, at least the federal government they recently got the second minimum wage, which was passed some time ago. But for the state workers, nothing like that. Nothing, except for some few states that are buoyant. But for others, no minimum wage. People are just trying to struggle, and it's just unbecoming. So right now, I think we seriously need a very good leader that is going to lead us into the future that is bright, because all this I am not understanding. Let me see what you think. Let me hear what you think in the comment section, guys. Leave your comments down below. I respond to all my comments. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because if you watch to this stage, which means you enjoyed it, so why not just subscribe? Hit the like button. Most importantly, click on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we post. We still have more great news coming your way today. Please stay with us.